Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to today's Daily Antidote of Song. We're really glad you're all here today. We are in the midst of New Year, New Friends Month here in January. I've been singing with new people every day of this month, and it sure has been incredible, and today is no different. Very excited today to be singing with Walter Parks, coming in from St. Louis, and we'll get back to Walter in just a second. We're going to say a few baseline things like, so hello to everybody out there on Facebook and everybody out there on YouTube. We're glad you guys are joining us today. Thanks for being here. And if you're new to us today, welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. We are one song every day, Eastern Time, noon, free. And you can come here and you can sing along, be in a little bit of community, soothe your soul, or whatever it is you need on any given day. We're here, and we're glad you've joined us. Hello, and thank you to Ariana coming in from Los Angeles. Thanks for running tech for us today. Anna in Boston, also on tech today. Thank you so much. Hello to Nan in Michigan, Aloysius in Mass, Hoda in British Columbia, Doug coming in from Vermont, Arlene in California, Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts. Everybody give it up to Busy, Executive Director, and Busy helped us connect with Walter Parks. Thank you, Busy. Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio, John and Maxine in Massachusetts, Annette in California, Pauline coming in from Newcastle, UK. Nice to see you today. Adele in Maryland, Maggie coming in from California, Jonathan in Rhode Island, Sue in Seattle, Jamie, nice to see you today. I think California, but I don't remember. Gary coming in from Massachusetts, Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, Laris coming in from the UK, Ellie also in the UK, Amanda and Miles coming in from Michigan, Louise coming in from Devon, UK. Nice to see you. And let's see who else is here. Sarah in California, Ruth and Clive, both coming in from Birmingham, UK. Nice to see both of you. And Anne coming in from Nashville, Linda in California, Kathleen in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Neil in Boston, Mass, Kathy in Colorado, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Lynn in Connecticut, Sheila in Florida, and somebody I can't see, Kathy, nice to see you today, California, Jamie in Victoria, British Columbia, Fred in Maryland, Sarah in Texas, Carol in Connecticut, Nancy in Washington State, Caroline in DC, Kim Bothan, one of our song leaders, coming in from Vancouver. Nice to see you today, Kim. Glad you're here. Jane in Texas, Katie in Maryland, Katie Abadou, on the staff here of the Daily Antidote. Nice to see you today, Katie. M and Kay in Texas. Lindsay, maybe new to us today. Ann in Silver Spring, Maryland. Mommy coming in from New Jersey. Stu Hickman in the house coming in from Maryland. Nice to see you, Stu. And Aloysius in Mass and Marion coming in from Brighton, UK. Let's all take a deep breath. Let's get to the good work of singing. So super excited to have Walter Parks in the room today. Extraordinary musician with an extraordinary sound. Love everything he does. How many folks in the room know of Walter? Or I think I saw the UK folks holding up a CD. So Walter, everybody is very excited to meet you. Welcome to the Daily Antidote.
Hi, thank you very much for asking me to be a part of this. It's wild to be connecting with so many people around the world at one time. So it's an honor.
Great, thank you so much. So I know you've got the just perfect song for us today because today is Richie Haven's birthday. Is that correct?
It is, and Richie was he placed a heavy importance on birthdays when I auditioned for him. I'm not sure. I think maybe my birthday, I was born October 1st, so I was an air sign as well as Richie. So I think that would almost got me the job more than my playing. I'd like to believe it was my playing, but but anyway, so here we are. Yeah, I played with him for 10 years, and I was his right-hand man, so to speak. Went all around the world with him, recording and playing in wonderful spaces.
That is beautiful. So we are looking forward to hearing more about you and your touring and playing and your time with Richie. But I think we should go ahead and start with your song. And I'm wondering if you could sing that chorus for us once so we all get it in our heads before we sing with you.
Yeah, if people have the lyric sheet, it's a very short song, really. And what looks like another verse down at the bottom is actually the chorus. And it's, an angel weeps, an angel weeps, I hear him cry, a lonely prayer, a voice on It's a Sinead O'Connor song, actually. So that Richie Havens did, I think, on his very last record. We did three with him, but it was quite fun and quite meaningful doing this one because Richie was really into modern Irish music at the time. We had just played in Belfast and Dublin, and he was just kind of in that mood, and he picked up this song and we recorded it together.
That is really beautiful. So everybody in the room, I'm sure agrees that that sounds like we are in for a real treat. So Walter, we would love to sing your song with you.
Thank you. I'm gonna start it real soft, and then bring in the intensity. My love, more dear than this life, you are to me. Your kiss more clear than the crystal of the sea. Please save me. I'm falling here. I am lost and alone. An angel weeps, I hear him cry, a lonely prayer, a voice on high. Dry all your tears, come what may, and in the ending, the sun will rise on one more day. Ooh, do your own kind of woos. Ooh, keep it going. Oh, oh, please save me. Can't you see that I have fallen here? I'm so lost and alone. Chorus. An angel weeps, I hear him cry, a lonely prayer, a voice on high. Dry all your tears, come what may, and in the end the sun will rise on one more day. All right.
Thank you so much, Walter. That was absolutely gorgeous. And
Thank you.
Oh, I am very moved by that. And also, it feels like super great words to be singing right now. Dry
Oh
your
yeah.
tears, come what may. Uh, in the end, the sun will rise. So that's a very good sort of motto for these times. Kind of keep ticking. I'd love to hear sort of, what you sort of, your own words, what you feel the song is communicating out into the
Well, you know, the behind the scenes to the song and why I picked it was for the reasons that you elaborated, but also because the song was uh, amusing on the work of Veronica Guerin, and she was a writer in a journalist in Belfast, as I think I'm correct, and she had uncovered some major aspects of a drug ring in Belfast, and this ring had been tied into. There was some government connection, and people were trying to not let this get known to the public. And a lot of people were going to go down if this information got out to the public. And she persevered and was warned many times, back off, you know. She printed the truth, published the truth, and kept investigating the truth. And at the end of the day, it cost her life. Um, but ostensibly, this drug ring was exposed, and lives were saved, and so on. So um, the the message is, yes, we might think we're in an era of gloom and doom, and it's going to um, it's going to be important that people speak their voice and uh, and persevere, and because what happens in this world, it seems, is sometimes we take two steps forward and one step back, and so the math on that is that we've stepped one step forward, and whatever your belief is, persevere, and hopefully you won't end up like Veronica Guerin, but at the end of the day, it's no progress is easy, and that's why I chose this song. You know, Richie Havens um, played many more songs. Most of his music was message oriented, and this was no exception. It's just that a lot of people don't understand the backstory to this song, and I thought it was a very beautiful and poignant song for these times. Um, it speaks of purity. It speaks of truth. Um, Please save me. I have fallen here. I am lost and alone. How many of us have felt that way and persevered? So anyway, there you have it.
Oh, Walter, thank you so much. Everybody, please show Walter that we are so appreciative of your music and of your words and of your thoughtfulness. And it's a really great thing to be shouting out the hard work of the change makers, and that's the journalists and all of the other folks that are in front of the scene and behind the scenes, putting something on the line for their belief that we can, in fact, accumulate enough steps forward that we've made that change or become that change here in our universe. So very grateful. Thank you, Walter. Uh, do you want to tell us a little bit about your time with Richie, about Richie as a way of throwing a little bit of a tribute out to him today on his birthday?
Yeah, there's so much that I'd love to say. As a matter of fact, I'm in the really right smack in the middle of writing a book about my time with Richie Havens, and the reason I'm doing it is not so much to. It's certainly not a tell-all or any of that stuff. There wasn't much. Richie was an open book, you know. But what has not been told is and are the lessons that could be learned from just spending almost 24 hours a day with him for 10 years. So it's not just. So I'm presenting this in a way of stories and the lessons learned from it. And I will tell you, one of the most important ones starts at the beginning for me with Richie. And again, I'm not even near finished with this work, but I'd like to speak about it because when I auditioned for Richie, I auditioned in a small basement studio in Jersey City in the United States. And it was just myself, Richie, the studio engineer, and Richie's manager. And I had no idea what to prepare for the audition. And I think in retrospect that was by design. Richie just wanted to see, could I sink or swim, or how would I react in a situation? How flexible would I be? And he wasn't he wasn't messing with me. He just really wanted to know, because in his world you have to be flexible. And so he just starts playing Freedom. And I knew his repertoire, so I start playing along a little bit and didn't know what to do in the song. Had been given no guidance or any of that. And Richie starts playing Freedom, and now mind you, everybody, the ferocity and the commitment and the intensity that Richie played in that moment in this obscure, off the radar basement in Jersey City. He played it with full intensity as if he was playing for 500,000 people at Woodstock. But he was playing with that intensity for me, just one guy. And in that moment, when he just started playing, and I'm in a different tuning now, but when he just started doing it, that, and his toe starts doing that toe heel kind of stomping. When all that started, it kick-started me in two ways. First of all, I realized this guy respects me completely in that moment. He's not mailing it in. He's not doing a 70% version of Richie Havens. He's doing 100%. So what does that do for me? I have to raise myself in respect to him. And I have to get on his level of I mean, it sounds corny, but it's just respect for another human being. And so it raised me up, and I got with it. And I realized in order to honor him, I had to just give him my all and be with him there. And I don't know, I don't even know if I played that well, but apparently I did, because I stayed with him for 10 years after that. And I went all around the world. I mean, we played from Glastonbury in England to Australia. I played Madison Square Garden twice and Carnegie Hall twice, and everything in between. It was a wonderful run. But it's just that the lesson there is just, if you're going to do anything, if you're going to do anything, do it with full commitment, And I remember studying with a Buddhist monk. I'm not a Buddhist, but I studied with a monk in southwestern France for a while. And he said, you don't wash the dishes in order to go about your day. You wash your dishes to wash your dishes, And when you play Freedom to play Freedom with 100% commitment. And so that's what I learned from that moment. And we can put that over our own lives. And that's what we need to do right now, persevere, and in the end, the sun will rise on one more day. There's nothing we can do about that. And so there we have it.
Wow, Walter, thank you so much. That was beautifully spoken and a beautiful tribute to Richie. And there are a lot of folks writing in the chat that they can't wait to read your book when it comes out. So I hope we'll all be amongst the first to know, so we can get online to pick it up. Do you have anything else you want to tell us that you have coming up in addition to your book in the next, in these upcoming months?
Well, there's two things. I have have two groups that are both a little bit dormant right now for different reasons, mostly because I'm working on this book. But one of the groups is called the Unlawful Assembly, and I'd like it if people could just go to my website and just check out the schedules of these things. From time to time, we play all over the United States. We're trying to get back to Europe again. The Unlawful Assembly is a group that takes old U.S. spirituals and redoes them. We reimagine them. The female singer in that group is not available to me very often because she is Bruce Springsteen's backup singer, and she travels the world with him. Right now she's off, and we just played in New York City a couple of weeks ago. But so just keep an eye out for the Unlawful Assembly. And then I have a group called Swamp Cabbage, which is it's really electric folk music. You know, it's reels, old hollers, old spirituals, old hymns, but done on electric instruments. I mean, if you took a picture of us, you'd say, oh, these guys are a rock and roll band, but we're playing really folk music, but in an electric way. And it's pretty powerful, and it's good dance music, and it's good listening music. So Swamp Cabbage and the Unlawful Assembly, I mean, that sounds a little bit like a commercial, but I'm very proud of them both. And I don't get to do them that often because it's expensive to keep a band on the road. And I hope that I can play for y'all in person someday. So thank you for being in touch with me.
Wow. Thank you so much, Walter. We're really happy to sit in on something that sounds like a commercial for you because part of what we get to do in this space is be with folks, musicians. Sometimes we know them and sometimes, like today, we don't or haven't met them yet. And it's a whole new world we get to uncover to explore all of your resources. And we do, in fact, also hope we get to see you someday live and in person and see your bands. And also hope we'll get to sing with you in here again because it's magical. And whatever that little bit was that you just played for Freedom, you just jammed for just a second, and my toe started doing something just immediately. Yeah, very moving.
Well, that was the beauty and the power and the magic of Richie Havens. I want to say one more thing about Richie, if I can. You know, when he only gave me one piece of direction in the whole time that I played with him for 10 years. He says, Walter, I want your guitar and my guitar to sound like one guitar. And of course that was a puzzle for me. I felt like I was trying to solve some sort of a mystery. And I did eventually solve it. And the only reason I solved it is because I figured out, and this is a lesson for dealing with other people and collaboration in general. Richie and I are musicians. I had to understand what his rhythmic concept was. I had to forensically analyze what he was doing and how he saw music and how he saw rhythm. And if you listen to that rhythm that I played, so, can you hear that, y'all? That's like, the light went off to me. Freedom, freedom. And I realized the light bing went off and I go, that's a gallop. It's like a horse is galloping. And every song that he did that was up tempo, here comes the sun, dun, dun, dun. You know, it was all a gallop. And when I figured out what his rhythmic relationship was, then I could weave in with his guitar, and I solved the mystery of how to play with him. I just ended up playing in a banjo picking style. So I would go, freedom, freedom, freedom. And meanwhile, Richie was going, if I had strummed like most guitar players do, it would have been a sonic sclerosis. It would have just been a traffic jam. But instead, I played this banjo style, and I don't even know where I got that from. I guess just growing up in the South. But that basically saved my gig for 10 years, is I figured out how to weave through. But I had to do that forensic part first. I didn't just, I had to get to know him and what his psyche was and his relationship to the beat. And once I figured that out, uh, I, I, I made it. I made it. I solved the mystery. So that was a little bit of a long story at the end here, but
Oh, we love your stories. I'm having so much fun. And, I never thought of that before, that gallop. And right when you said it, I got like a rhythm of some of the Quebecois music where there's that tick, tick, tick.
yep, yep.
And yeah, it's just so incredible, isn't it? All the ways that these different musics fuse and all these languages in music and the ways we're all interpreting. And yeah, I love it. So Walter, this has been brilliant. Thank you so much. Is Margot still sitting there? Because I think I would go ahead
Yeah.
and pull the volume down again using those little volume bars. Maybe pull them down like 2 or 3 before we start again. And Margot, if you just want to let me know when you've got that. In the meantime, will take a minute just to tell you all what's coming up right now this week. We're with new folks all week long. Kenny Allen yesterday was amazing. Walter Parks today. I'm just in dreamland over here. We have Amy Conley tomorrow. Steve Scoot coming in from New Hampshire. Simon Bromead coming in from the UK. Pat Wichter, friend of Reggie Harris's, and Reggie will be hosting. And Gabe Hutter coming in from Tacoma Park, Maryland on Sunday. So please join us all week for new folks. And somebody pointed out to me that last week we had all women and one guy, and this week we have all guys and one woman. That was like totally not anticipated or meant, but we'll roll with that and be delighted. And Walter, how are you feeling about that volume level? Do you think we got it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, can we try? Let me just hear you sing the chorus again once more, if you don't mind.
The chorus to the last song, or okay.
Yeah.
I gotta retune. Hold on.
Okay, no worries. While you're retuning, I'll just say to everybody, we've got a volunteer project going right now, all of us. And so if you're not aware of it yet or need more info on it, please stay after, and we'd be happy to tell you a little bit more about it. And Walter, how's it coming?
Okay.
Is your original
An
sound still on?
angel weeps, I hear him cry, a lonely prayer, a voice on high, dry all your tears, come what may, and in the end the sun will rise on one more day. Hey.
Beautiful. That sounds incredible. Are you up for either playing the chorus a few times through before we close today, or just going ahead and giving us that song again?
Oh, I can do it again. Sure, that's fine.
Perfect. We're ready.
Okay. I'm gonna do, if people have lyrics this time, I'm gonna count it, but because I go right into it, there's no real introduction. 1, 2, 3. My love, more dear than this life, you are to me. Your kiss more clear than the crystal of the sea. Oh, please save me
So powerful. Walter, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Walter Parks, everybody. What a total treat today to be in our daily antidote space with you, Walter. So glad that we've finally gotten a chance to sing in here with you. And we're wishing you and all those fabulous bands a lot of touring and gigging as much as you're able in this upcoming year. And also great journey on the book. We can't wait to see it.
Thank you so much for asking me to be a part of it.
Thank you so much. All right, let's give it up one more time for Walter Parks, coming in from St. Louis, Missouri. And thanks also to Margot in the background over there for running tech on your end. We really appreciate it. Let's say goodbye to all the folks out there on the live stream. Thanks, guys, for being with us, Facebook and folks on YouTube. And we hope to see you all again tomorrow. And let's say goodbye to everybody in the room. Start with helping me say goodbye to Walter. Thanks again, Walter, for being with us. Great journey. And love to see you and hope for soon. Ariana, thank you so much for being with us and running tech for us today out of Los Angeles. Doug in Vermont, thank you so much for being with us. Arlene in California, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK, Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts, Susan in Cincinnati, Pauline and William in Newcastle. Everybody wave to 100-year-old William. Hi, William. We're glad you're here with us today. Neil in Boston, Stu Hickman coming in from Maryland, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Cricket in Maryland, Sarah in Texas, Kathy in Colorado, Kathy in California, Caroline in DC, Sue in Seattle, Marion coming in from Brighton, UK, Gary in Mass, Fred in Maryland, Ellie in the UK, Athena coming in from Brooklyn, reminding me that today is day 1,751 consecutive days of singing. Thank you so much, Athena. 752. Thank you so much. Anne in Nashville, Sarah in Santa Cruz, California, Jamie in Virginia. Thanks for the reminder, Jamie. Hoda coming in from British Columbia, Bob in Mass, Jamie in Victoria, British Columbia, John and Maxine in Cape Cod, Mass, Adele in Maryland, Anna in Boston, Mass, program manager for the Daily Antidote. Thanks for being with us today. Amanda and Miles in Michigan with hearts on their screens. Hello, little Miles. Nice to see you. Linda in California, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Lynn in Connecticut, Sheila in Florida, Laris in the UK, Annette in California, Nancy, Washington State, Jane in Texas, Kim coming in from Vancouver Island, Louise in Devon, UK, Anne in Maryland, Mommy in New Jersey, Aloysius in Mass, Curly Tops coming in from Vermont, Diane in Puerto Rico, glad you made it today, Storm in Massachusetts, Carol in Connecticut, and Margie may be new to us today. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. Stick around for a minute if you want to hear about the volunteer project. And everybody out there, we'll see you all tomorrow right here on the Daily